Welcome, Boo Believers, to another day in horror, another week in horror, right? I didn't shut the door all the way. We were good. I got lots of news this morning in the world of horror. We got a lot to go through today. I am your host, Ronin James, veteran stuntman, stunt coordinator, now director, producer, creator of content, host of Daily Booze Live, division of Deadsville Horror Talk. I don't know. We're just going to call everything Deadsville Horror Talk when we're just talking about horror. Daily Booze would be, I guess, just the news section. It's all horror talk, though. Kara checking in. Hi, Kara. You are here early today. Thanks for joining us. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thank everybody for... Man, it's been a rough weekend with the cat. We had an injured cat here at the studio. Fleabag. Got back from the vet today. All weekend it was too expensive to get him in. He's a street cat, and he seemed like he was okay. He wasn't in immediate danger, but we were worried about if he was hit by a car, internal bleeding, all that kind of stuff. But he was checked out today, and his prognosis was good. He's on antibiotics. They think he has a GI infection, and he was extremely dehydrated, so they gave him an IV of fluids, and he's feeling good. He came back and ate a bunch. I just went in before I came on, and he was rolling around in his cat bed, so he's making a really good recovery. I was like thinking he was on death's door the last 2 days. And yeah, Fleabag's pulling through, so go get him, Fleabag. He will be on antibiotics here in the studio for 10 days, and then we'll see where he goes from there. If anybody is interested in adopting him, yeah, you can reach out to me or Steph. So... yeah, looks like we got a bunch of people checking in now. Tom checking in. What's up, Tom Shalaba? Did I say that correctly? I never pronounced your last name before, so Shalaba, if that's correct. Steph Infection says, hey, everyone. And Kara says, I'm going to message you after dinner tonight about him. So, awesome. Thanks, Kara. We will talk later then about... I did say it correctly, Tom. Thank you. Awesome. Excellent. We will talk later about Fleabag. They loved his name too. When the nurse came to call for us to go back, she came out and she took the chart, and I knew we were the only ones in the waiting room, so I knew we were next. She took the chart and she was reading it, and she has this big smile on her face, and then she starts laughing, and she could barely get the name out. She was like, Fleabag. She was like cracking up. So I was like, yeah, it's a temporary name. He's a street cat. And she's like, oh my God, I love it. It's so original. So, yeah, everybody loved Fleabag at the vet today. And Steph Infection chimes in, says, he's such a sweetie pie, he'd be a great pet. So, yep, Fleabag is on the mend, we're glad to report. And Tom says, I'm here for Fleabag updates. All right, well, he is doing well. He was rolling around in his bed, more active today than I've seen him in a while. So the IV probably helped getting the fluids in him and all that, because he wasn't eating. He was drinking a little bit, but he was throwing up over the weekend. But yeah, he's good. He's doing good. So thank you, everybody that helped out. People sent... and people still are, because we have a bunch of cats that we take out of here. We're going to have to eventually do like a real legit non-profit for Ronin's rescue, because people seem to want to donate to help these cats. And I mean, I'm going to do it regardless, but I will take the help if people want to help. So I'm going to have to figure all that out. If anybody knows anything about that, you can reach out to me, Steph, or Maddie, and maybe we'll get that. That's one of the things that we'll have to conquer for 2024. We'll put it on the list. Start a non-profit for Ronin's rescues. All right, enough cat talk. Let's get to, I know we all love them. Let's get to some horror news, though, because, man, there's a bunch of stuff going on in horror today. I woke up early to get him to the vet, and there wasn't a whole lot. But then, of course, during the course of the last few hours, many updates popping up. And I had teased a few things, and there's stuff that we're going to talk about. I'm going to give my spoiler-free review of the new Suitable Flesh movie, Heather Graham, Barbara Crampton, on Shudder. Watched it the other night. Me and Maddie watched it. Really enjoyed it. And I'll go a little deeper soon. But first, we're going to get to this one because, man, this just popped up as I was about to go live. I just did a quick check and I was like, oh, man, look at this. Dolly Parton affirms possible revival of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. One of my favorite all-time TV shows. I was a huge Buffy fan. I loved Buffy. We just talked about Sarah Michelle Gellar's Wolfpack show getting canceled last, was it Friday? We talked about it on Friday at the end of the week last week. So, yeah, I'm going to get, why Dolly Parton, Kara asks. We will find out. She's probably a producer on it, though, I would suspect. Ben Speck checking in. What's up, Ben? We're about to get into some new Buffy the Vampire Slayer news. Holy shit. Yes, a possible revival. So yeah, let's get into this. Kara also says, I work with a rescue for 6 years. I'll message one of you tonight. Thank you very much, Kara. Appreciate it. Anthony Noble checking in. Awesome. Thanks for checking in, brother. Dave Zorbach checking in. What's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in. We are talking... We're just starting to get to the horror headlines, and the first one just popped up not long ago, 2 hours ago, by Timothy Rawls on iHorror.com. Dolly Parton affirms possible revival of Buffy the motherfucking Vampire Slayer. So let's get into it, boo believers. If anyone can bring something back from the dead, it's Dolly Parton. The country singer confirms that a popular TV series she produced might be getting a second chance at life. So she was an original producer on it. I don't know if I even remember that. Interesting. Okay. I might have, but I haven't. I mean, the show's been gone for so long, it might have just, I'm old and I smoke weed and stuff kinds of right out there, and I don't have room to keep it all in there. So at any rate, on January 24th, she told Business Insider that producers are currently working on a Buffy the Vampire Slayer revival, a series originally produced by Dolly's development arm, Sand Dollar Productions, which she co-founded. All right, well, that makes sense. I do remember Sand Dollar Productions being involved in it. They're still working on that, Parton told the financial publication. They're thinking about bringing it back and revamping it. Deadline reports that the legendary country music star wouldn't go into anything further about the new show and its development. It might surprise some to know that Parton produced the original series in the first place. There you go. We didn't even know. It starred Sarah Michelle Gellar and ran from 1997 to 2003. And yeah, the series was awesome. Just an awesome series. Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie. There's a picture. Luke Perry and Kristen Swanson, right? Isn't that her name? Christy Swanson, yes. The series itself was based on a popular 1992 feature film starring Christy Swanson as the titular character. Parton also produced that film. I did not know any of this, man. I had no fucking idea that Dolly Parton was behind this. This just makes her even more of a fucking treasure. Oh my God. The subsequent series, likewise written by Josh Whedon, The Cabin in the Woods Serenity, changed a few things about the film's canon, but still amassed quite a following. So yeah, it wasn't exactly like the movie, but it was awesome. Deadline also noted that in an interview with MovieWeb a year ago, Gellar said a revival wasn't necessary and hinted that her part in the series was done. We wrapped that up, she said. I am all for them continuing the story because there's the story of female empowerment. I love the way the show was left. Every girl who has the power can have the power. It's set up perfectly for someone else to have the power. But like I said, the metaphors of Buffy were the horrors of adolescence. I think I look young, but I am not an adolescent. There is no word on if or when a Buffy reboot is in the works, but iHorror will keep you posted as soon as we know more. And, yeah, there's a shot of the old cast. What do you think, guys? Where are Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans? And are you ready for a revival? Yeah, they would have to go with the next generation. But I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar could obviously so easily be written into that and brought back as a legacy character. She could be passing the torch to the next generation. She could be the... Like the way Giles was Buffy's mentor in the show, Sarah Michelle Gellar could be that Giles character, that mentor that kind of oversees the new Buffy Scooby Gang, if you will. I don't know how they would call it Buffy the Vampire Slayer unless it's going to be another Buffy somehow, but yeah, we'd have to figure that one out. What do you guys think? I'm going to jump to the chat here. Chime in and let me know your thoughts if you were Buffy fans back in the day and if you're excited for this one. So let's jump to camera 2 and I'll read some reactions. Steph said, I was wondering the same thing, LOL, about the Dolly Parton stuff. Kara says, I loved Buffy, and then Angel. I loved Angel too. Angel is awesome. Spike is named, my cat Spike is named after Spike from the show. That's where originally, that was the original Spike I wanted him named after. Kara says, I had no idea as well about the Dolly Parton stuff. The movie was fantastic too. Yes. Shout out and rest in peace to Paul Rubens, who was awesome part in that movie. And also, what's his name? Perry. Luke Perry is no longer with us as well. So 2 actors no longer with us anymore from that movie. But great movie, funny movie, and a great series. So we'll keep it rolling. The movie was fantastic. Kara said, neither did I, didn't know. Kelly Weber checking in says, yo, people, what's up, Kelly? Thanks for tuning in. Buffy, Steph says, I stopped watching Buffy after the first season. I had trouble getting over Christy Swanson not being Buffy. LOL, just kidding. I think I just fell off. Yeah, that figures, Steph Infection. Kevin Shave checking in. Kev, were you a Buffy fan? Steph Infection says, wrap Dolly Parton up in bubble wrap and protect her at all cost. Kelly Weber says, wait, what? Kevin says, I'd watch it. Kelly says, some things are sacred, absolutely fucking not. Kara says, I love that idea. Kelly says, no, the last episode was all the Slayers coming into power. It's not the chosen one anymore. What the fuck? Yeah, that's right. I got to go back and watch the final episode. All the Slayers coming in. So there could be like Team Slayer. They could just bring back teams. So they could just be like the Vampire Slayers, and Buffy would be like the mentor. There you go. Tom says, Christy is my Buffy. Joining in with Steph, who says same. Kev says, I never watched the series, but I love the original movie. And Kelly Weber is eye-rolling me. Damn it. Kelly Weber, eye-rolling me. Make me come over there and put you over my knee, young lady. You'd probably like it. Oh, I'm bad. I shouldn't do that publicly, right? I shouldn't say those things. Kelly says no. All right, well, mixed feelings on the Buffy the Vampire Slayer revival. So, yeah, I mean, I would be interested. I love Dolly Parton. I loved Buffy. I'd be interested to see what direction they went in, and from there, I guess I would make my judgment on how they did it. So, all right, we'll knock that one out quick. That was like the latest news story. Let's jump to this next one, which we all saw. This one's on Bloody Disgusting. I'm going to go read from John Squires. Blumhouse joins forces with real-life The Shining Hotel in Colorado for a unique horror destination. And if you follow my Facebook, which you should, make sure you're following and invite friends to follow and all that awesome stuff. But then you probably saw my post earlier when we covered this headline. And I haven't read the story yet, but we all agreed this is absolutely a road trip destination for all the Boo believers if this comes to fruition. So here we go. There's a picture of old Jack creeping through the hedge maze in The Shining at the hotel. The century-old Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado is the inspiration behind Stephen King's classic horror novel The Shining, and we've learned that Blumhouse aims to create a true horror destination within the iconic setting. Read on for everything we know. Governor Jared Polis and the Colorado Office of Film, Television, and Media, a division of the Colorado Office of Economic Development and International Trade, that's a lot of letters, announced that Blumhouse, the driving force in horror, will exclusively curate a 10,000 square foot Stanley Film Center exhibit space. Okay, I gotta do it in the voice. Here's Blumhouse. This iconic Colorado hotel will now have a new element of fun and fright for Coloradans and visitors across the world to enjoy, driving tourism and strengthening our economy. I look forward to seeing the exhibit and am happy that our administration can help make this possible, said Governor Polis. Or Polis, I don't know how that's pronounced. I'm going to go with Polis. Maybe Polis. Polize? I don't know. At any rate, Blumhouse produces horror films as well as scripted, unscripted television series and games with some of the most successful franchises in history. The company's titles include Halloween, The Black Phone, Five Nights at Freddy's, Get Out, Megan, Paranormal Activity, and The Purge, among many others. At the Stanley Film Center, Blumhouse will curate exhibits pulled from the company's extensive catalog of popular franchises and box office blockbusters, including films, television, and gaming. The Stanley Hotel is hallowed ground for horror fans, and that makes this presence at the Stanley Film Center a natural extension for Blumhouse. Fans are going to get closer than ever before Fans are going to get closer than ever before to their favorite films, though they may want to keep their distance with a few of the items in our collection. We're excited to get to work, but first we need to make it out of the hedge maze, said Blumhouse CEO Jason Blum. There you go. Bringing Blumhouse to the Stanley is an exciting and terrifying at the same time. We search the world for the right partner to bring the Stanley Film Center exhibit space to life as a horror destination, and there's no one better than Blumhouse, said John Cullen, President, Grand Heritage Hotel Group. With the support of the state of Colorado and the boundless creativity and worldwide track record of success of Blumhouse, we hope to create something truly special that honors and celebrates the past, present, and future of horror. Stanley Film Center was approved as a Regional Tourism Act project in 2015 by the Colorado Economic Development Commission, which recognizes potential to attract new visitors from out of state. Through the RTA, the state is contributing $46 million toward the construction of the Stanley Film Center. To facilitate bonds that will fund the final construction of the facilities, the EDC approved a technical update to resolution number 4 of its agreement with the Stanley Film Center this morning. All right. Well, that's not the exciting stuff. The exciting stuff is we are thrilled to support the development of the Stanley Film Center and can think of no better setting to showcase Blumhouse's contributions to the horror genre. This partnership will establish Colorado as the premier destination to celebrate horror and draw new visitors to Estes Park and our state from across the country and beyond, said Colorado Film Commissioner Donald Zuckerman. So, the main Stanley Film Center building will be at least 67,000 square feet and is estimated to cost more than $70 million to complete and furnish. And there's a video on here. How long is this thing? Ooh, 26 minutes. Colorado Experience. You can check it out if you want to go to bloodydisgusting.com and find the story on the Shining Hotel. There is about a half an hour video you can watch. We're not going to get into it. But there it is, folks. Colorado, the actual Shining Hotel, and the Blumhouse Horror Museum. Who's ready for a road trip? Let's get to it. I know we got a lot of comments on this one coming in, and I also have some on my Facebook page from earlier when I posted about it. I will read those first. I will read the ones from earlier today. I'm going to go jumping over to my Facebook, if it would be so kind as to load. Load. Any day now. There we go. And, yes. Let me find the story. Wait, I know we had a few comments. Sorry, I have a lot of cat posts to go through. Man, we have so many stories to get through today. It's going to be might be a long show, Boo Believers. Hope you can hang for a bit. I'm going to try and get through them quick. Here's our, we had 12 comments today. So I'm going to go through and read these real quick, and then I'm going to jump into the live chat and read your comments there. So we had, let's go with oldest. And boom, Reese Bowling said, absolutely wicked spooktacular. Thank you for the tag, brother. Always, Reese. Thanks for checking in. Ellen Chaos Force checked in, said, I was just watching something on the Stanley Hotel the other day and was talking about visiting. To which I responded, we will have to plan a group trip. And Ellen said, absolutely fucking lootly. That definitely needs to be a thing. Brittany Fox checked in, said, that's just a stellar idea. I want to go. Road trip, anyone? And yes, Deadsville Boo Believer meetup. And Kara chimed in, said, I can seat 7 in the tank. We will definitely need a new tire, though. Steph Infection chimed in, said, I'd totally road trip. Anna Ogier checked in, said, okay, now that is worth a visit. Maddie Meek, oh my God, with multiple G's. Good. And then Linus Yates, I've been there close to 40 years ago. It was pretty neat. That's awesome, Linus. I would definitely like to hear more about it. Do you have any, 40 years ago, that was pre-cell phone days, so I'm sure no no digital pictures were taken, but you probably have some Polaroids maybe, or some film maybe from it. That's pretty fucking cool, man. God, 40 years ago, it probably still looked much like it did in the movie, I would suspect. That's pretty fucking cool, man. So, all right, let me get into our live chat now and check in with you guys. George Giordano checking in. Hey, bud. Thanks so much for the care package you sent. I still got Les got to stop by and grab his portion of it, but we got some cool applications and stuff. George is a professional special effects guy, prop builder, zombie apocalypse response team truck builder. George does it all, man. Set builder, all kinds of stuff. Make sure you give him a follow. And thanks so much again, George, for sending over some applications, some stuff we can put on zombie faces and all that kind of stuff. So Kelly Weber checked it, said it's not a punishment if you like it. Yes, Kelly. Well, that's for sure. He'll have to give you that. We'll have to schedule a spanking. All right, let's put it in the books. Let's get it in the calendar. Kara says, my car seat's 7 and people love road trips with me. I'm prepared for literally everything. And also adds, I definitely want to see it. Steph Infection says, let's go in the summer, though. Definitely not the winter. Yeah, I will agree with that. Definitely not the winter. I want to do the maze. I'm hoping that the hedge maze is still up. Yeah, let's do the summer so we can get trapped in the hedge maze together, Boo Believers. Kara says, I got to get my AC charged if it's in the summer. Anthony Noble says, Dickie going to play the maze on opening day ceremonies. That would be cool. Yeah, man, we should... once they get that museum and everything up and running, we'll have to talk to them about getting some horror punk bands playing there, right? Who better than us to help them get some horror punk bands booked at the Horror Museum in Colorado. Well, very cool. Thank you guys all for checking in. I did lose some of the... Let me go back over here. Maybe, I don't know if there's some... I tripped out on my phone and had to come back in. No, it looks like I got everybody. Kevin O asked, can I be put on your knee too? Yeah, Kevin, I mean, anything for the right price. I can always be bought. Steph Infection says, LOL, you're so getting canceled. This is the content people want to see, Steph Infection. Come on. It's not a punishment if you like it, right, Kelly Weber? Damn right. Oh, and Kara checks in again, says, oh, I definitely get lost. You'll find me curled in a ball somewhere, probably crying. We're talking about the maze. Oh, that's hilarious. Awesome. All right. Well, yes, I am so ready for a horror hotel, a haunted horror museum in the Shining Hotel. Shit, that's fucking cool as hell. All right, that was another story we knocked out. We're going to keep it rolling. I got to get to the next one here. What is this one on Fangoria? No, I think I already got that, right? Did I get this one yet? Yes, already got that one. Okay. One more story, then we're going to watch some trailers, guys. I've got some trailers queued up. We're going to jump to this story first, though, because it's just a rumor. It's just a rumor, so hold on to your hats. This one's on Joe Blow, reported by our friend Cody Heyman. There's a rumor going around that Warner Brothers may be working on a new crossover project, Scooby-Doo Gremlins Getaway. Oh, dude, please make it so. Please make it so. I would so fucking love to see Scooby crossed over with the Gremlins. It's been a rough time to be a Scooby-Doo fan lately. When David Zaslav became CEO of Warner Brothers, he swooped in and canceled not just Batgirl and Coyote vs. Acme. Ah, shit, Coyote vs. Acme was canceled? You fucking dick. But also 3 separate Scooby-Doo projects. Scoob Holiday Haunt, which fucking pissed me off. And, The Haunted High Rise, and Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Pups. So Scoob, Holiday Haunt Scooby-Doo was the next Scoob movie, and Scoob was fucking awesome. I really enjoyed that. Now, I much prefer 2D animated Scoob, but I didn't hate that 3D one that they did, the Scoob movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very well done, well written, and yeah, I dug it. So very disappointed that they've. I didn't really care about Batgirl because I thought it was going to be kind of bad anyway from everything we were reading. But Coyote vs. Acme looked awesome. And yeah, Scoob was great. So I was really mad that they canceled that. All right. Now there's a rumor going around that there's a new Scooby-Doo project in the works, and it appears that this one would be a crossover between characters from the Scooby-Doo franchise and characters from the Gremlins franchise. The title page of a script called Scooby-Doo Gremlins Getaway recently appeared online with the title written in a mixture of Scooby-Doo and Gremlins fonts. We can't say for sure that Scooby-Doo Gremlins Getaway is happening, but it would make sense. Scooby-Doo has had crossovers with a lot of other franchises and characters throughout the years. Batman, WWE, Kiss, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Crypto, don't forget Blue Falcon and Dynamite. And like Scooby-Doo, Gremlins is a Warner Brothers property. 2024 also happens to be the 40th anniversary of the release of the original Gremlins movie, so this would be the perfect time for Warner Brothers to put some kind of special Gremlins project, other than the animated prequel series Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai, which started airing on Max last year, into production. According to this mysterious title page, Scooby-Doo Gremlins Getaway has been written by Jane Becker, whose previous credits include episodes of Rick and Morty, The Simpsons, Harley Quinn, and Ted Lasso. All right. The picture of the script was originally posted by the Behind the Scoobs Instagram account, which, as the name of the page implies, has posted a lot of material from behind the scenes of various Scooby-Doo projects. So while we wait to find out whether or not this is actually happening, let us know what you think. Would you like to see Scooby-Doo and his friends sharing the screen with Gizmo and the Gremlins? If Scooby-Doo Gremlins Getaway does get made, here's hoping it's not just another Scooby-Doo project that Warner Brothers is going to toss into the trash. So there you go. That's all that is out there, is this page. Could be real, could just be some fan-made bullshit. I don't know. I tried watching that Mogwai series, and I think I fell asleep. I don't know. Maybe I go back and check it out, but it did not grab my attention. I don't know how it's going to grab a kid's attention these days with their attention spans, but maybe I'll go back and check it out. I want it to be good. But yeah, I hope this is real. What do you guys think? Chime in. Let's check the chat. Anna, check it in. Ronin, what's up, Anna? Anna says, oh my God, Gremlins and Scooby, yes. Anthony Noble says, you're like Kinky Oprah. You get a spanking and you get a spanking. Everyone gets a spanking. That's going to be my shtick, right? I'm down. Kara says, oh my God, this will be so cute. I need Scooby-Doo babysitting Gizmo. Yes, that would be awesome. Maddie Meek checking in. Anna says, hey, Maddie. And Maddie says, yes, that would be an awesome crossover. So, yeah, a lot of people in favor of the Scooby Gremlins crossover. Yeah, that would be awesome, man. I'd love to see Gizmo and Scoob. And I don't know, would Billy be in it? Would you bring Billy back? Would we animate Billy and have him join the Scooby gang with Gizmo? How would you guys work that one? Steph Infection says, I can't believe this is real. I'm so excited. Well, hopefully it's real, Steph Infection. Fingers crossed. It's just a rumor right now. Hopefully that page was real. Kevin Goodale checking in. What's up, Kev? Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, very cool. Scooby and Gremlins, possibly a thing. So, all right. That's pretty cool. All right, we're going to move on off of the rumors now, and here's a couple teasers for things that are actually coming out. We know 100% certain are coming out. I'm going to jump to this one first. Got my mug. Let's do some ghost busting. Let's bust some ghosts, Boo Believers. As I chug some coffee with my Slimer mug, extra large. Who are you going to call? We have another trailer, and we're going to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. Tom does check in and says, the Gremlins animated show is tight. All right, I'm going to give it another look, because I think I only watched the first episode, and I might have had other shit going on, so I might have gotten sidetracked while trying to watch it. So, Tom, if you recommend it, I'll go back and I'll rewatch the first episode again, and I'll let you know what I think. Because I do fucking love the franchise. I really wanted it to be good. I was looking forward to it. Yeah, maybe I just got sidetracked and wasn't able to immerse myself in it properly. I will try again. All right. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire gets 2 new trailers with Slimer, Walter Peck, and the OGs. And this is updated, again, from Cody Hammond on Joe Blow. And Kara checks in and says, I'm so freaking excited for this movie. Kara, you and me both! Look at Slimer's face! Ah! Oh, shit! All right, well, I was about to click on this, but there's an update. An international trailer with even more new footage has been added to the bottom of this article. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to read. I think we should read we're not going to read. We're going to watch the trailer. Here's the international trailer. So we'll watch the international one. Should we get more? Let's watch the international trailer. It'll have more footage in it. So yeah, let's go with a little more. And right off the bat, we see the OGs. Let's do this. Let's do it, Boo Believers.
What is it?
Better question is, what's inside of it?
An army of ghosts. We've all had experiences and encounters with the unknown and the unexplainable. Here, we pay top dollar for your possessed possessions. Now this is very, very interesting.
Have it for 40.
I've never seen anything like this at all. 60. All over New York City, ghost attacks are on the rise.
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
And we are the only ones equipped to fight back. Welcome to the new Paranormal Research Center.
You just let ghosts hang out in here?
We've spent 40 years traveling. Now we can study them.
He's cute. Ever since you brought in this order, strange things have been occurring. We think it's commanding the other spirits.
Is something trying to get out?
Many things.
You could be looking at a full-bore army of ghosts with the power to kill by fear itself.
Like, literally scared to death?
That's messed up.
So what is the plan?
We're the Ghostbusters. We stay and fight for this place.
Suit up. Shoot anything that looks terrifying.
That orb is prophesizing to bring about the end of humankind.
The second ice age.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
It's all dark and horny at 12 o'clock.
I love it.
I've been waiting 40 years for this. They called themselves Ghostbusters. According to these hacks, they saved the world. No eyewitnesses. And who is found to carry the torch? Descendants of Egon Spengler. You have a miner hanging out the side of a moving vehicle, firing a laser gun indiscriminately.
That's a proton pack.
It's completely safe.
I wouldn't say completely safe.
The Ghostbusters are finished.
Right, well, overruled.
Sustained.
Thank you.
You the weird guy who buys strange old things?
Correct on both counts.
Buddy, you just hit the jackpot.
What is it?
Better question is, what's inside of it?
The parables tell of an unimaginable evil commanding an army of ghosts. With the power to kill by fear itself.
Like, literally scared to death?
We might be looking at a second ice age.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Can I be of any help? Melnitz in uniform. Yeah.
If there's something strange, if there's something weird, who are people gonna call?
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
We're the Ghostbusters. Can I tell you something else? What? Buster makes me feel good.
Makes me feel good.
Oh, man.
Heads up. It's all dark and horny at 12 o'clock.
It looks so fucking good. Holy shit. Ah, man. All right, I'm gonna before I read this story, I'm gonna get some reactions from you guys. Whew, that looks amazing. Yep. All right, let's go back here. Kara says, I'm so freaking excited for this movie. I absolutely love the entire cast. Oh my God, I accidentally closed the screen and I screamed out loud. Scared the hell out of my cats. Dog didn't even look up. I love those little marshmallow guys so much. There's nothing about this movie that doesn't look amazing. Tom says it picks up about the Gremlin show. And then he chimes in on this. The way every word seethes out of Peck's mouth is perfect. I knew that was him. I mean, as soon as he started talking, because it's a voiceover originally before we see him. But as soon as he starts talking, you know it's him. You know it's him. Maddie says that looks fucking awesome. And yeah, that's yeah, it looks really fucking good, man. Amazing. I mean, yeah, we're getting a lot of information there. Obviously, we see the big bad. We see them all joined up. We see a lot of what's going to be coming. I can see why TJ doesn't want to watch the trailers. But yeah, that looks so fucking good. Is that the girl, the black girl from Godzilla? I think that's her. I think that's the, not, from Monarch, the TV show, the Apple Monarch TV show. I think that's her. So yeah, they got their diverse young cast and the OGs. They got Paul Rudd heading up, Bill Murray citing Melnitz in uniform. He's just as excited as the rest of us are to see Janine in uniform. Yeah, very cool looking. That's one of the movies I'm most looking forward to this year. Definitely Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. What'd you guys think? I'm going to read this story now after a little more coffee. Kara says he has a very recognizable voice. Yeah, Peck. Especially when he starts talking. As soon as he started talking about the kid hanging out the seat, I was like, yep. That's going to be him. All right, so let's jump back to our story. The Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, is set to reach theaters on March 22nd. And with that date swiftly approaching, a new trailer for the film just arrived online. You can check it out in the embed above or below, which we just did. In this trailer, we get nods to the original film and the theme song, learn more about the death chill threat, see moments involving the original Ghostbusters and Slimer, and witness the return of Walter Peck. Yes, it's true. This man has no dick. Ghostbusters Afterlife stars Finn Wolfhard and McKenna Grace are back for the sequel, reprising the roles of Trevor and Phoebe. They're joined in the cast by Carrie Coon, playing Trevor and Phoebe's mom, Callie, Paul Rudd, back as his Afterlife character, Gary Gruberson, William Atherton as Walter Peck, the antagonistic EPA inspector from the first Ghostbusters film, Celeste O'Connor is Trevor's friend, Lucky Domingo, Logan Kim is Phoebe's friend, podcast, Annie Potts as Janine Melnitz, and new additions Kumail Nanjiani, Patton Oswalt, James Acaster, and Emily Allen Lind. And yes, original Ghostbusters Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson are in the film as well, and it looks like they have more prominent roles than they had in the previous movie. Yes, with it being set in New York, of course. First Afterlife director Jason Reitman was expected to take the helm. We all know, we've talked about this a bunch. We're not going to go, we got so much more to do today. We've already talked about that. So there you have it. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire trailer, heavy on the OGs. And we got Slimer. We've got the new Young Diverse cast, everybody teaming up. There is just a whole slew of Ghostbusters in this one, including Janine Melnitz, loyal receptionist, suiting up in uniform as she did on the real Ghostbusters cartoon. Also a big influence on this filmmakers. He has said on this edition, this entry into the franchise, I guess is how we put it. So, all right. Tom Shalaba checked in, said, international trailer is better. Yeah, agreed. Anthony Noble, that movie looks awesome. Yes, definitely got to see this one. George checking in. I'm always happy for Ghostbusters. Absolutely. Love some Ghostbusters. And it looks like they're doing some practical stuff in there with the CGI as well, so that's good. I know George is a fan of the practical stuff. Anthony Noble says it could be 3 hours of Bill Murray topless and still be better than the all-girl cast embarrassment. Oh, man, I should pre-read these. Yeah, I hear you, Ant. I was not a fan of how that... I didn't even watch it. I didn't even go see it because I knew the whole setup for it. I was not a fan of how they even did it. And Maddie says, what's up to... Anna says, what's up to Maddie Meek? So there it was. We just checked out the newest Ghostbusters Frozen Empire trailer. Looks awesome. Love the involvement of the OGs. Looks like they're in there a good amount. Yeah, I like the setup that's going on. Steve Carino checking in. What's up, Steve? Thanks for tuning in. We just watched the newest trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. We got to see a lot of the OG cast coming back, including Walter Peck. Slimer's back. Janine Melnitz in uniform. And it looks like Dan Aykroyd and the guys are running a kind of, they had some of the older ghosts that they were studying now. They trapped them now. There's the next step in their, I guess, the lives of the Ghostbusters. The next logical step in what Dan and Winston and the boys would be doing after capturing the ghosts is studying them. So they have this whole like lab where they're studying ghosts. I think that's really cool next step that we kind of saw there. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to elaborate on that. We saw future like tech. We saw the drone. I think this is one of the cool things too that we see now in these trailers is the trap the ghost traps now, instead of just having to slide them out, they have drones, man. They are flying around chasing these, because obviously ghosts can fly, so it's more practical, and you have the technology. They had these drones that they were launching and flying, and yeah, something like that. You got to have a drone pilot on the team. It just adds another. That just adds to your cast of characters. It adds to the team. You have the whole more of a team dynamic going on, which Ghostbusters always was, obviously, but now we're adding more pieces to it. Yeah, and obviously I look forward to seeing what some other like future ghost hunting gadgets they would have come up with in the 40 years it's been since original Ghostbusters to now. Or what is that what it is? Is this the 40-year anniversary that they're talking about? At whatever rate, at any rate, yeah, it was like 84, so yeah. 2024, 40 years. All right. What'd you guys think? I'm so excited for this movie. We got another trailer. George says, wait till you see the upgraded Ecto-1, which, again, George Giordano, builder, prop maker, set designer, effects, all that stuff, man. And he has built zombie vehicles and all that. So he knows his stuff. I look forward to seeing it. I dig that little sidecar thing. I love how they point out that it's a kid hanging off of it. It's so unsafe. That's awesome. Because yeah, you wouldn't get away with that these days. So I'm glad they're pointing it out. We're going to cancel the Ghostbusters for having a child hanging out of a shotgun seat. Riding through New York streets. All right, we got another trailer we're going to watch here, and this is another one that I've been looking forward to as well, because I think we saw a teaser for this one, is what we got last time. We talked about this on Daily Booze maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So this is another one that's coming streaming to Screambox. And, real quick, Kara checked in, said, I completely agree with all that, except every time I hear 40 years, I have a mini heart attack. Same, Kara, believe me. Whew, 40 years, God. All right. I'm going to jump to this story. This one is coming to Screambox February 9th, I believe it is. Yes, because it's up on the ad. And this looks... From the teaser we saw before, this looks pretty good. I'm hoping it delivers. We're going to watch this teaser here. This is on Joe Blow, again from Cody Hammond. Here for Blood. Wrestler versus supernatural evil horror comedy starts streaming next month. Full trailer for the horror comedy Here for Blood, starring Sean Roberts and featuring the voice of Dee Snider, has arrived online. And, yeah... That's a cool fucking creature design. Cineverse has acquired the U.S. distribution rights to the gore-soaked action horror comedy Here for Blood, with their plan being to give the film a theatrical and digital release on February 9th. So you'll be able to catch it in theaters. I'm sure very limited theaters, but in theaters nonetheless. You can go out and support it. It will be available to watch on the horror streaming service Screambox that same day. With that date right around the corner, a full trailer for Here for Blood has arrived online, and you can watch it in the embed above, which we will do. Let's get to it, shall we? I don't want to talk too much about it. Let's watch our trailer. Another trailer, Boo Believers.
I need you to babysit for me.
Easy what?
He's down!
Come on, Phoebe. I don't know how to take care of children.
All he has to do is just keep the kid alive for a couple of hours. It's really not that hard. Don't kill him!
kill him. I'm just gonna bash him. How do you want to do this? Yeah, fist fight. Oh, sorry.
This babysitter is really pissing me off.
Yeah, it looks like some low budget fun there. Very cool. Some wrestling and gore. I dug the masks. The guy looks like he's pretty good, going to be a pretty fun actor. I don't know what else he's been in, but I guess we'll find out. We will, let's get into this story here. Directed by Daniel Torres from a screenplay written by James Roberts, Here for Blood follows a down-on-his-luck wrestler and his girlfriend who are having a hard time making ends meet. When his girlfriend finds herself overwhelmed by exams, muscle-bound wrestler Tom O'Bannon steps in to cover one of her babysitting gigs. But his chill night of junk food and video games quickly takes a turn for the cultish when the home is invaded by a gang of mask-wearing maniacs. Isolated and unprepared, Tom, his girlfriend, and a precious 10-year-old must survive the night by any means necessary. The film stars Sean Roberts, Maya Misljevic, Joel Farrow, Tara Spencer-Nairn, Michael Theroux, Samantha Helt, Kelly Prenner, Glenn Michael Grant, Jess Buck, Channing Decker, Marquez Babish, Jimmy Lim, Marc-Andre Boulanger, Stephen Love, John Tench, and Holly Jade Balmer. Legendary rocker Dee Snider is also on the cast list as he provided the voice of a decapitated skull. Sweet. And we saw that little puppet. There was a little puppet in there. Jacob Windet and James Roberts produce. Christian Terris, blah, 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 blah. And it's, all right. We are beyond thrilled to be working alongside Cineverse and Screenbox. Partnering with their outstanding team of hardworking visionaries was a no-brainer. They understand and respect the horror genre, and most importantly, they understand and respect the horror audience. This absolutely feels like the right home for a film like Here for Blood. Screenbox is available to stream on iOS, Android, Prime, YouTube, Comcast, Cox, all them Johns. I have it right now, and I will tell you what I think of it in a second. But yes, we've seen this poster, and this is awesome. And yeah, man, it looks like it's got like it's really like genre blending, because it's, you got like the so first of all, you've got like the tough guy action hero has to babysit. So right off the bat, you get that like every it's like a rite of passage for action stars. They have to do that like the Pacifist and the Tooth Fairy and all those movies where, you know, you have to show that you're good with kids as an action star too. So it's got that element to it. Then it's also got a bit of it's got the home invasion element to it. So you've got a bit of Home Alone, because you also have a kid involved. But then it's got over-the-top gore and splatter. The masks looked awesome on these home invasion, the killers. So we have some slasher influences here, obviously, with these masks. And we're going to get a lot of splatter. And then, I mean, even from the cover and from looking at the one dude with like the possessed eyes and talking about he's going to eat them, it's like a cult. So then you even get the supernatural like on top of it, because obviously they bring this demon forth, summon this demon somehow. It all ties into, and then he's got to fight the supernatural. So yeah, super genre blending. And you get wrestling in there too, so very cool. I like that it's like a wrestling thing too, because that explains why this dude kicks so much ass. And then how he could be the hero of all this going on. So yeah, very cool. I'm looking forward to this one. I do have Screenbox right now. We'll see how long I keep it. I have my issues with it, but I do want to see this, and it's going to be on in like a week or two, so I will keep it long enough to see this one at least. Yeah, the problem is they still don't, I didn't get a Roku stick yet, and I didn't add it. I should just switch it and add it to my Amazon, because it's like $4 to add it onto Amazon, and it plays fine on Amazon. I have the full. It just doesn't have the full app with Screenbox. You don't get everything that that they offer if you get the add-on on Amazon. It's like $6 for the everything, but it's all like old movies, 70s, 80s, 90s. It has all these different categories, which, I mean, it's not even that much. All of the good stuff is on the Amazon one. So I might just switch it over, cancel the full one and get it on the Amazon, because I really do like having it. And they do have some really good movies on there. I've watched some really good stuff on here and on Screenbox. And yeah, like stuff like this, I don't want to miss. So yeah, I might have to do the Amazon one. It's only like $4, I think, $4 or $5. I think it's $4.99 on Amazon and $6.99 if you just get it by itself as an app. And the app is buggy, so you're probably better off. All right, what'd you guys think? Gara laughed at Pacifier and said it's cool. Definitely going to give it a watch. I think I have Screambox right now too. Yes. Brittany Fox checks in and sends stars. Mwah, scream hard, Brittany Fox. Thank you so much for sending stars. Appreciate it. Yes, everything, all the support helps. Sharing our stuff, sending stars, all that. It helps the kiddies. It helps us make more content here. Brittany says, I missed it. I was baking peanut butter bars and got distracted. It's all right, Brittany. I'm sure they're delicious peanut butter bars. I'm kind of jealous you're not nearby, so I can't, have a sample your peanut butter bar. And that doesn't mean anything dirty, people. God, some people's mind know exactly what Steph Infection is thinking. You're gonna get canceled. I'm talking about her baked goods, Steph Infection. I'm not talking about sampling her other peanut butter bar. Get your mind out of the gutter. TJ checking in. What's up, TJ? Did you catch the trailer, TJ, for this one, for Here for Blood? I know you wanted to make sure you missed the trailer for Ghostbusters, so hopefully you missed that. It was really good, and we're really excited for it. But hopefully, if you didn't, go watch the trailer for Here for Blood on joeblow.com. Yeah, go watch the trailer, because it's coming on Screenbox, dude, and you're gonna love it. Yeah, it's got wrestling and home invasion and slashers and over-the-top gore and like a 10-year-old kid and a demon, and yeah, it looks amazing. So check out the trailer, Here for Blood. All right, that's going to do it for our headlines. I'm going to get to my review. You're just in time for my review, TJ. I know you watched Suitable Flesh recently, and yeah, we just watched it. Me and Maddie watched it this weekend. I'll play the trailer for it real quick. So you guys, if you haven't seen it or you're not familiar, hang on here, let me bring this back. If you're not familiar, Suitable Flesh is a H.P. Lovecraft story. It's an adaptation of an H.P. Lovecraft story. It is a body-swapping horror thriller, and it stars Heather Graham, who everybody should know by now. Roller Girl, by the very least. If you're my age, you know her as many different roles, but Roller Girl, probably one of the more prominent ones from Boogie Nights. Also stars Barbara Crampton, who I worked with on Death House, and we know from many, many movies. Barbara Crampton, longtime horror icon. And it also stars Judah Lewis. And I don't recognize the name right off the bat because I'm just now becoming familiar with him. But if it sounds kind of familiar and you don't recognize him right off the bat, here he is here. He was from The Babysitter. It's The Babysitter. We love the fucking Babysitter movies here. He was in The Babysitter. He was the boy. He was, God, I'm drawing a blank on the character's name. But I love the two Babysitter movies, and he played the babysitter. He's in this. He does an awesome job. There's really good acting in this one, man, because this is a body swap horror. So, I don't want to spoil anything. I'm trying to go spoiler free here, so I don't want to give away too much. But there is some really good acting in here. And this isn't like I don't think this was like a big budget movie. I think this is a fairly independent, I mean, it's a Shudder backed movie, which they're usually pretty independent. All right, let me get to the trailer. We'll watch the trailer, and then we'll jump in here. Cole, yes, Kara jumps in and says, Cole, yes, that was his name. Cole was his name. Judah Lewis is the actor's name, but he was great. In the original Babysitter, he was a lot younger. Now he's older. He was good in Babysitter too, but yeah, and I've seen him in a couple other things since then too. We can check out his IMDb if you guys want to hang out and do it. But yeah, Maddie Meek checks in, says it was so good. Kara says loved Suitable Flesh, great cast too. And TJ says it was a great movie. So I'm going to play the trailer, and then I'll give you my full spoiler-free thoughts. Filmed in Cthulhu scope. That's fucking awesome.
What we have here is an epidemic.
There you go. That was the trailer. Suitable Flesh, 2023 this came out. And it just recently came to Shudder. So if you subscribe to Shudder, you can watch it for free right now. And it's also from the makers of Reanimator and From Beyond, so it's the same. If you're into the, you know, this is the same guys who made the old classics. So, all right, we got the synopsis. A psychiatrist becomes obsessed with one of her young patients, who she later discovers is linked to an ancient curse. And directed by Joe Lynch, writers Dennis Paoli and H.P. Lovecraft. So, I'm assuming Dennis Paoli did the screenplay based on the original H.P. Lovecraft writing, and yeah, we talked about the stars. There's a couple different trailers for this one. Here's some pictures from set. I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, there's some good kills. There's some good amount of blood. There's some sex. If you like sex and gore and a bit of a thriller. The pacing was really good in this. I'm looking at it now. Let me check what we got. So I really enjoyed it. I'm just going to get to it. I really dug it. Now, one of the big things is that, again, this is an H.P. Lovecraft story. I've read a lot of his stuff. And we've seen a lot of movies where this kind of thing happens, and that have been influenced, obviously, by his writings and by probably this particular story from way back when. And all the horror writers who were kids growing up and reading it would go on to make horror movies and kind of borrow some of these ideas. So it's not a very, obviously not a very new idea, but the way it's done, and this is something I talk about all the time, and then we talk about it on Deadsville Horror Talk as well. The execution is so well done. The writing is really good. It's very consistent. The acting, though, man, is just amazing because, again, this is a body swap horror movie. So you have, again, I don't want to give it away, but the actors have to essentially be different people when their bodies get swapped, when somebody else takes over their body. So, and there's a very distinct personality. Yeah, I don't want to give it away. You have to watch it. But the actors do an amazing job on this one. Heather Graham, awesome. The kid Judah Lewis, again, like he's like when you first meet him, he's like scared, and then there's like a 180 in there, and you're just like, wow, he's just fucking. It's like so believable, I guess. They just do such a great job of of immersing you in it and letting you believe that, holy shit, this is, there's somebody else in that body. There is somebody else in that body. That just totally flipped, and that's not the same person, because it's so it's done so well. So yeah, the writing I thought was really really well done. It wasn't. I mean, there were a couple things that I had questions. There were a couple of things I will point out. There was like. I can't give it away. Spoiler. That's right. I'll save that for Deadsville Horror Talk. But yeah, there was a couple gripes that I had, a couple things where I was like, I don't know if somebody would do that, or if so-and-so would allow them to do that, or so they would let that go on, or, there were certain things where I scratched my head. It wasn't necessarily the character's decision, but some of the other characters around them would just be like, oh, yeah, okay, go do that. And I was just like, nah, I don't think they would be like, yeah, go do that. They would be like, especially like by yourself, they would be like, no, we'll take the police or me or somebody with you for protection, I think. I hope that doesn't give away too much. But yes, there was, but it's the standard character has to be alone so can be in peril setup. And that was like only like there was only like one of them, maybe. There was only one time where that really happened, and I really was like, yeah, I call bullshit. That wouldn't fly. Other than that, really solid writing throughout. Great acting. Looked great. The practical effects were great with the kills. Yeah, good amount of blood and solid pacing. I wasn't bored at all through it. It had me on the edge of my seat through the whole thing, pretty much. So let's see what, again, here, well, IMDB rating was 5.4 out of 10. It seems a little low. Jump into Rotten Tomatoes. The critics like this one. They certify it fresh at 84%, while the audience scores only at 62%. So interesting. I mean, it's a bit of I don't want to say it's a slow burn, though, because it's a thriller, but it's a very gory thriller, and it's got a lot of supernatural elements. It's not, I mean, maybe some people went in expecting Cthulhu and tentacles and stuff because H.P. Lovecraft's name's attached to it, and they didn't get any of that stuff, but I don't know. I don't know why the audience didn't like it as much. I thought it was really good. I'll read a couple reviews real quick and we'll find out why. What do we got? So, yeah, and here's perfect. Here, top critic Tim Cogshell says, this material, not very strong. These actors doing what they can with it and actually getting it to a pretty creepy place. And yeah, like I said, it's nothing... There's nothing that we haven't seen here before. But the actors do an incredible job with it. They do it real good. They do a really good job with it. Lynch never nears the gleefully demented levels of gore and black humor that were Gordon's hallmarks, but Suitable Flesh is still a fun, if relatively mild, homage, says Kimberly Myers of Crooked Marquee. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys are giving it pretty good. Yeah, see, here's what I'm looking at. Jeffrey M. Anderson from Common Sense Media. A throwback to certain beloved 1980s cult favorites. This twisted tale is exceedingly weird, darkly funny, and fairly edgy in ways that may only appeal to a particular breed of horror hounds. I definitely felt that like 80s niche kind of thing. It was like full moon movies. If you remember the full moon, I mean, they still have them, but if you remember Full Moon, and yeah, I mean, a lot of the early 80s low budgety kind of horrors that relied more on story. It's a niche joke to be fair, but anyone with a love for Gordon's work or silly horror movies that don't take themselves too seriously will be able to track what Lynch is going for immediately. So, yeah, I guess this is all based, yeah, they're talking about the previous director of a lot of the H.P. Lovecraft stuff from the 80s. And there's our cast. Bruce Davison also in the cast. Does an excellent job. All right, so this was, I don't see a budget. Grossed 11,000. Didn't really hit the box office. So, all right, let's check Wikipedia real quick. Do a last little. Kara says, loved full moon movies. Yeah, so this definitely had that kind of vibe. For sure. That kind of camp. Kind of low budgety camp vibe, I want to say, like the full moon stuff did. So if you dug the full moon stuff when you were a kid, you'll definitely feel those kind of vibes here. You could see it in the poster. I mean, the poster looks like an 80s poster, folded like you would get, or it looks like the cover to a VHS tape or something. So I thought it was pretty good. All right. Suitable Flesh, 2023 American horror film, written by Dennis Paoli, yada yada, based on the 1937 H.P. Lovecraft short story, The Thing on the Doorstep. Film premiered at the 2023 Tribeca Film Festival on June 11th. Was released in limited theaters and video on October 25th before streaming release on Shudder January 26th of this year. And I don't know if it won any awards. Reception. Yeah, I don't see any awards or anything like that. Came out Tribeca Film Festival, so it was a probably an official selection there. But yeah, George Giordano checking in. I know you remember Full Moon, Films Around the World, and Trauma. LOL, wasn't a kid, kiddo. Oh man. George, I know you have some stories, man. We're gonna have you. We'll have to do like an interview one day and talk about some stuff. Figure once I'm gonna try and figure it out tomorrow. I'm gonna try and have my first guest on tomorrow. If you guys are able to tune in, you will see that I am having the. Well, he is a film director himself. And he has a feature coming out this year. He has a short that's already been released, and but he worked on a movie we watched recently, and I did a quick review on last night at Terrace Lanes, the bowling slasher, cult slasher movie, shot in Maryland, I believe it was, or DC, I believe, DC area. And hang on, looking for my apologies, guys. Trying to find, there it is. So yeah, shot in DC, and his name's Jordan Miller. He worked sound, boom operator on last night at Terrace Lanes. They made the movie in 8 weeks from start to finish, and because the bowling alley where they were shooting was abandoned and was being torn down, so they had a finite date, and they came up with this movie. They came up with this movie and like wrote and shot and edited. Well, I guess wrote, pre-production, and shot everything in the can all in 8 weeks. So if you've ever worked on a film set or you've ever made a movie, then you know that's a pretty monumental task. It's a pretty impressive task. And yeah, you could tell. I mean, if you read my review or if you heard me talk about it, there are some issues with the film. It's definitely not a perfect film. I think I gave it 2.5 out of 5. Considering they put it all together in 8 weeks, I might bump that up to a 3 out of 5 because when I know how hard it is to make movies, and you know, budget constraints, time constraints, location constraints, sound issues. Dude, everything that can go wrong always goes wrong on a movie set. I mean, that's been most of my... Something always goes wrong. So you're always losing time or money somehow. Getting a film done is a monumental feat all in its own. So just getting one in the can and getting it out there is hats off worthy work. So yeah, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. So make sure you tune in, Boo Believers. Jordan Miller, he will join us. We'll take a look at his short film. I think he's got a teaser for it, and he'll talk about his new upcoming film, also in the horror realm. So be ready. If I can figure this, hopefully I figure it out, and I get us. I'm able to do more than one person on here. I know you can bring more than one person on at a time live on Facebook. I haven't had time to figure it out yet. So hopefully I figure it out. I'll do it tomorrow before the show because I am slammed and I got to get back to work. But all right, yeah, we're a little bit over time now. Let me get back to these chats one more time. And then we'll get out of here, Boo Believers. Thanks for joining me at the beginning of another horror-filled week on this Monday. Man, we had so much news today. We had to get through a lot. Hopefully I didn't bore you to death. All right. Yeah, George checked in and said Full Moon, films around the world, and Trauma. George has worked a lot with Trauma as well, so very good. And George says there for you. So yeah, we'll figure it out, George, and we'll get you on here and we will talk about some of your credits and some of the things that you've built, including the set on Death House, the contraption that held Kane Hodder, that we all loved so much. God, I gotta look. I have a bunch of pictures. I gotta bring them out. I gotta break out some pictures sometime. We did a Death House episode on Deadsville Horror Talk where we talked about a bunch of the filming and behind the scenes stuff there too. And I'm pretty sure I gave you a shout out on that one, George. If you want to check it out, I know I talked about you and some of the special effects stuff that we did on it. So, all right. Anthony Noble checked back in, and Kara said, I didn't get to see that one yet. Is that the Suitable Flesh, Kara? Yeah, check that one out if you have Shudder. Give Suitable Flesh a watch. I highly recommend it. Bunch of people also recommended it. I saw it on a lot of people's top 10 horror of 2023 lists. It didn't make mine because I didn't get to see it in 2023, and mine was only made up of movies that we reviewed on Deadsville Horror Talk, so I couldn't put it on there. I hadn't seen it. We didn't review it. I didn't watch it. I didn't get to watch it until it came on to Shudder. So we will review it this year, and I guess it could make my list this year since technically if we do another Deadsville Horror Talk specific list, I did watch it this year. So it could make the list. We'll see, Boo Believers. Definitely so far. I've watched a few other movies. Kara was talking about Terrace Lanes. That's right. Okay. Yeah, I think you can rent Terrace Lanes on Amazon for, I think it's like $3 or $4 right now. So it's worth a watch. I watched it once. I don't know if I would go back and watch it again, but I definitely enjoyed it. I had a couple bowling alleys near me, and my son bowls and all. So a lot of bowling references, and the whole bowling alley setting was very nostalgic and relatable. If you're somebody that's ever hung out in a bowling alley, definitely check out Last Night at Terrace Lanes. You'll dig it, hopefully. And again, independent movie made on a shoestring budget, rushed to get done because the bowling alley is being torn down. So we're a little more forgiving of of some shortcomings when it comes to that stuff. We just root for the underdog in independent cinema. So we'll talk about it more tomorrow, along with more horror headlines, Boo Believers. Also check out Suitable Flesh, streaming now on Shudder. And yeah, that's going to do it. Thanks everybody for tuning in once again. And I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat profile. Till then, stay spooky, Boo Believers.